Alright, y'all. So we got all the funny shit out of the way. So let's get in here and talk about Iyanla Fix My Life with Trina Braxton and Gabe. Um, I I don't even know where to start. This was a good Iyanla. And usually I'll skip out on Iyanla. I never watch a whole season. I didn't watch the one with the Kamaya girl. I didn't watch the 3-part one she just had. But I wanted to see this one about Trina. And I wanted to see about the same reason why Iyanla was skeptical about doing it. Because I was like, okay, she's already a reality star. So how is she going to do it? Is she doing this for the glitz and the glams or whatever? It was just interesting that it's airing at the same time that the Braxton Family Values was on. But this was a good eye opener for me on Trina Braxton. Um, they start off the show, and Gabe is like, so Iyanla goes, "You want her to be your wife after the divorce without being your wife." And he was like, yeah, I guess that's kind of true. I have always looked at Gabe as a fucking asshole. A motherfucking asshole. Like, he's always been closed-minded to me, just... But after this, it opened my eyes up to a lot of shit. And Gabe, you wasn't even trying to communicate with the boys or whatever. Okay, we're gonna get into that. What was very interesting to me to hear Trina say, you know what, my dad was not around. Which was saying to me, my dad wasn't around. So the man, my husband, I always felt the love for my husband. Like, I don't know. Trina Braxton. This shit right here was deep. I don't know where to start. Hold on, I do gotta get a funny part hit up before we get serious though, y'all. Are those Trina's real kids? Who she had them kids with? Like, Eric, I just, he looked like, he looks like, they just don't look like Trina's kids. You know what? And he got Eric has his freshly straightened hair, and Caleb is kind of like, I'm about to go apply to IT department, and not. And then Eric is kind of like, oh yeah, I'm about to go over here and listen to The Weeknd and snort a line. But I'm moving on past that. We not gonna talk. I ain't gonna talk about nobody's kids. I believe everything that Caleb said about Trina as far as her being depressed and her saying how she was so hurt and how some days she don't even eat and she's so concerned about her look. I totally believe that. I definitely believe it. Caleb is very, very hurt. And Gabe was trying to say that he was hurt because his real father was never there and he never stepped up to the plate because he never felt like he was good enough. Which it felt like to me, Gabe was never good enough to Trina and Caleb was never good enough for Gabe. That's deep, bitch. I feel like Gabe could have did a whole lot more. I definitely do feel like that. I don't know what's gonna happen moving forward with Caleb and Gabe. I hope that they can. I hope that they can move forward and figure out some common ground. At least they could be cool. If they can't have a father and son relationship, maybe they can be grown adult friends. Hopefully. Hearing Gabe sit there, hearing Gabe sit there and break down and honestly say that Trina treated him like less than a man, and she was always barking at him, and he didn't never feel good enough for him. I believe that. And Iyanla was like, this was rooted from maybe your mom taught you how to be a mean, adult, bitter woman. And you know what? I was thinking about all the times I've seen Miss Evelyn. As I watch her go on her woman's tour, she's out here doing her domestic violence thing. And that's cool. I'm so proud of what she's doing. She never got remarried, though. I wonder did she ever move on to another man? Because I know they were like living at home. Or I think they were like teenagers when it happened, weren't? I don't know. Yeah, they were like teenagers because I think Tony was already famous or whatever when it happened. But that's deep to say that your mom taught you how to be this grown adult bitter woman. And I think Trina finally addressed it because she was like, that's all I know. That's what I know. That's how I know how to treat you, because that's how her mom was hurt after their dad hurt Mama Evelyn. Her mom probably was addressing men like, oh, all men are cheaters and stuff, and y'all be careful when y'all go out here, don't let a man run over you. And she probably was like, shit, I'm about to talk shit to you and all this shit. And you know what? I heard this one woman say one time, I talk shit to my man so he can have low self-esteem so he'll never leave me. That's some shit. That's some shit, yo. You like tearing somebody's self-esteem down because you insecure about yourself so he won't leave you. Wow. But I did like that Gabe was crying and he got this shit out. He was like, look, I'm getting this shit out. And I'm glad that Trina heard what he said and she accepted it and she heard exactly and she felt that thing and she knew what he meant. So this was a good episode as far as everybody owning their responsibility for what they did, and she finally opened her eyes up and was kind of like, yeah, maybe I did make you feel like that. Then it made sense why Caleb acts the way he does towards Gabe. He was looking at Gabe through the eyes of Trina. Oh, my mama always talking bad about you. My mama always saying you don't do shit. You don't take out the trash. My mama out here on the road paying all these bills while you chasing pussy. I don't like your bitch ass either. You a jerk. That's part of the reason why Caleb feels the way he does about Gabe. So I'm hoping they could just come together. And I wish that Trina and Gabe could have done this before they got a divorce. They could have got some of this stuff out. I don't know who their therapist was or who they went through before they got a divorce, but this would have been deep for them to do something like this before they got a divorce. Maybe they could have salvaged some stuff and maybe they could have stayed together. I don't know if Caleb was actually sold on Gabe's apology. I don't know. I'm hoping he was. I don't think it really hit him at that very moment. I think Caleb might be just a follower. I think he is. I think Eric might be the one that has the most sense. He's a little older. I don't think Caleb has actually stepped into his grown manhood yet. And I think that Caleb didn't actually feel that yet and hear what Gabe actually said, and I hope that now they have actually moved on past that and they will be able to become a good family. It's gonna take some time for them to definitely grow. Um, Caleb is definitely very guarded, and what really hit the nail on the coffin with this thing would touch me. I tell you what, somebody's putting a root out on me for these when I do these videos. Trina said that she talks at people and not to people. That's something I am working on every day. It's something that I don't need to do. I'll just be like, yo, give me that charger, or give me my charger. And I don't even realize it because I have a naturally boss attitude. And when you have a natural take charge attitude, things can come across wrong to people, and I'm working on not talking. Ooh, my allergies cut off. I ain't crying, y'all. Woo. When you have a natural boss attitude, sometimes it can come across like you talk at people and instead of to them. And it can, and it will violate some friendships, but people will be like, shit, the average person, I don't know. A lot of people, I have had people tell me that. So that was very interesting to hear Trina say that, and it was kind of like, shit, I got some of my own therapy watching this episode. This right here was one of my favorite Iyanlas. I know a lot of people on the internet was dragging Gabe and saying he was an asshole, and I guess that was at the beginning of the episode, but you gotta give that man credit. He did own a lot of shit, and he was very open and honest about coming to that, and I like what he said, because Gabe was being motherfucking honest about how he felt, and he was like, he opened up on how Trina was treating him. He was like, it is what the fuck it was, and I always have viewed Gabe as an asshole, and maybe he is, and it just is what it is. But I don't think he's an asshole per se. I think he's somebody who needs to get in touch with his feelings. He hides a lot of his feelings, and it was so real to watch that man sit there and cry and open up and say that's a lot for a man to say a woman belittled him. It's a lot of grown men that would never say that. Grown men who would never say that. And my video got cut off, so y'all gonna have to take this little elapse I'm about to cut into this video. But anyways, yeah, I'm ready to get in here and see when Iyanla is gonna rip into Hazel's ass. Hazel's Iyanla, I think, is more like a PR stunt, because I don't think she's apologetic about anything that motherfucking she said or she done. And I used to go up for Hazel and I was kind of just like, this fucking monster, why would she come out and say shit like that about black women and dark-skinned girls? And I was like, you know what? Whatever. Like, and then she came out and said it about the gays, and I'm like, I don't get how people can do that, and I'm sure gays don't do your hair and beat your face. That's mind blowing. But I'm about to get out of here, y'all, because I'm about to get in and go make me a banana pudding. Bye.